just about to start my workout for today. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would like to skip straight ahead to the workout, you can use the chapter markers to do that. You're not going to need any equipment to follow along today, just a yoga mat or an exercise mat. You're going to want something soft beneath you. So if you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you might not need anything, but if you have an exercise mat or a yoga mat, definitely go ahead and grab that. And then if you want to use the chapter markers to skip straight ahead to the workout, there's just 6 exercises. They are all very simple, basic bodyweight exercises, so you can just go ahead and use the chapter markers to skip straight ahead to the workout if you prefer to do that. If you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained really briefly before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So first of all, let me just tell you this workout, the way I'm doing it is going to take exactly 18 minutes. So I will be including it on my playlist of 18-minute workouts. So if you chose this workout off of that playlist because you want an 18-minute workout today, you're just going to do exactly what I'm doing. But I'm also going to include this workout on my playlist of 12-minute workouts because it's very easy to turn it into a 12-minute workout. So if you chose this workout off of that playlist because you only have 12 minutes to dedicate to your workout today, that's fine. I will explain to you how you can restructure the workout and make it just 12 minutes long. But basically there are 3 couplets or supersets, I guess, and we are going to do each one of those couplets for a total of 6 minutes apiece. So 6 minutes on each superset is 18 minutes. So let me go ahead and show you the exercises, and then I will explain the format, and then we can go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to be down on the mat for the first 2 exercises. I'm going to start with ab splitters. So ab splitters is just basically, it's like 3 ab exercises in one. So they're super tough, but we're just doing 1 rep at a time. So you're going to start down here on your mat, lying flat on your back, extend your arms up overhead and your legs are straight. Now you're going to start with a pike or a jackknife. So if you're familiar with what a jackknife is, we are going to raise our legs and keeping them more or less straight. It's okay to have a slight bend in your knee, but you're not bending the knee specifically. You're keeping the leg more or less straight. And you're going to sit up and touch your toes at the same time. So the goal is to kind of bring your body together in a V, like at the same time, like a jackknife. Okay, so it's going to look like this. And then you just lower the arms, lower the legs, and return to your starting position. If that's too difficult, you can raise the legs first and then come up and touch the toes. Then lower your arms and lower the legs. That makes it much easier. But the goal, if you're able to, is to lift both your arms and your legs at the same time, touch the toes. Now you're going to do something very similar, but this time you're going to sit all the way up. You are going to straddle your legs and you're going to tap the mat right here in front of you. And then return to your starting position again. And then for the third little component of this exercise, you're going to do kind of a knee hug, but instead of hugging my knees to the chest like this, I always just reach around and touch my ankles. But you can do a knee hug if you prefer, if that's easier for you. So that just means sitting up, bending the knees this time and hugging them into your chest. So you can actually put your hands on your knees and hug them to your chest if you want. What I do is I reach over to the side and tap my ankles, okay? So that's 1 rep, and that is an ab splitter. So to put it all together, it's jackknife, straddle, and touch the heels. All right, so we're just going to be doing 1 rep at a time. They're super tough. We're just doing 1 rep at a time. Then after we do our 1 ab splitter, we are going to do glute bridge raises. You can do any variation of glute bridge raises you want. I'm going to be doing a total of 6 reps, and with each rep I'm going to alternate having my toes elevated off the mat and having my heels elevated off the mat. So if you want to just keep your feet flat on the mat the whole time, that's absolutely fine. In that case, you're going to press your feet into the mat. So you're starting down here in a neutral position, meaning that you're just on your back, knees are about the same width as your shoulders, and your feet are flat on the mat, and you are going to press your heels into the mat, lifting your hips as high as you can up off the mat, like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your hips. And at the top of the movement here, you want to really make sure that you're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can. And then you're going to lower your hips back down to the mat with control. You don't have to go that slowly. I am just doing it that slowly to demonstrate how much under control the movement should be. So lift the hips, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then lower the hips back down to the mat with control. So I'm going to be doing that, but with each rep, I'm going to have either my heels or my toes elevated off the mat. So I'm going to start by lifting my toes up off the mat and pressing only my heels into the mat. Lifting my hips up as high as I can, squeezing those glutes, and then lowering the hips back down to the mat. With my next rep, I'm going to press my toes into the mat, elevating my heels. So now I'm pressing the balls of my feet into the mat. My heels are staying elevated up off the mat the entire time. Squeeze the glutes, control the movement on the way down. Then switch. Lift the toes, press the heels into the mat, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, control the movement on the way down. Switch again. Elevate the heels, pressing the balls of the feet into the mat to lift the hips. Control the movement on the way down. All right, so that's our first little superset. We're just going to go back and forth between those two exercises for 6 minutes. As soon as that 6-minute interval is up, we will move on to the next superset. So for these next two exercises, you're going to be on your belly. I'm going to start down here on my mat, on my belly. I'm going to extend my arms up overhead, and we're going to do chest lifts. So I'm just going to lift my chest up off the mat as high as I can. And as I do that, I'm bending my elbows and thinking about trying to touch my elbows together behind my back, like this. All right, that's it. That's the entire exercise. We're going to do 3 of those. So my back is not super flexible, but you want to really think about arching your back. Think about if you're trying to touch your booty with the top of your head. Think about trying to tap your elbows together behind you. You're not going to get there unless you're ridiculously flexible. I won't come anywhere close, but that's what I'm visualizing. So you really want to think about lifting your chest as high up off the mat as you can, and think about really bringing those elbows behind you as much as you can, okay? And I have my feet elevated slightly off the mat, just a few inches for all 3 reps, all right? So chest lift, return to the starting position, lift the chest, that's 3. Now I'm going to come up to an elbow plank position, but I'm going to have, and typically in an elbow plank position, my elbows would be parallel with the mat, like this, but instead, I'm going to cross my arms in front of me like this, so that my forearms are actually going to be like perpendicular to the mat. Is that right? I don't know. It's been 100 years since I took like a math class. What am I talking about? Perpendicular, parallel. But you're going to be like this. So we are going to do Santana side planks, Santana elbow side planks with our elbows stacked in this position. So you're going to come up to an elbow plank, and then you're going to lift one arm as you rotate into a side plank, return to your starting position, and you'll repeat that on the other side. So now this arm that's in front is going to come up off the mat as you rotate into a side plank position with your forearm on the mat. So we're going to do 6 reps, alternating sides with each rep. And you just do your best to make sure that each time you go through each round of this little superset or this little couplet, that you're alternating which arm is on top or which arm is towards the front end of your mat, okay? So you're going to do 3 chest lifts, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to come up to your elbow plank with your arms stacked like this, and you're going to rotate into a side elbow plank 6 times, alternating sides with each rep. Then you'll come back down to the mat. You'll do another 3 chest lifts, And now the next time you come up to the mat for your elbow plank, you're going to stack your arms with the opposite arm in front. Okay, just so that you end up even on both sides. The shoulder is so tight. It's not even funny. All right, so that you're just doing the same exact exercise, 6 reps total, alternating sides with each rep, but making sure that each time you do that exercise, the opposite arm is stacked on top. Make sense? It makes sense. It's a very simple concept. I don't know why I'm explaining it for 45 minutes, but that is our second couplet or superset, whatever you want to call it. And if you want to stop there, that can be your 12-minute workout, and that's fine. There's one more superset that we're going to be doing for 6 minutes. So for me, that's 6 minutes on the first couplet, 6 minutes on this couplet, 6 minutes on the third couplet. That's 18 minutes. But another way that you can turn this into a 12-minute workout would be to simply do each couplet for 4 minutes as opposed to 6 minutes. So you can spend 4 minutes going back and forth between those first 2 exercises, ab splitters and glute bridge raises. Then you can do 4 minutes on this superset that I just showed you, which is our chest lifts and our Santana planks. And then you can finish up by doing 4 minutes on this third couplet that I'm going to show you right now. So there are 2 ways that you can turn this from an 18-minute workout into a 12-minute workout. You can either do 2 of the couplets instead of all 3. Just pick which 2 you want to do today, pick whatever you want to work on today, or you can do all 3 couplets, but just do each couplet for 4 minutes instead of 6 minutes. All right, so here's the third and final couplet. I'm doing squats. Any squat variation you want to do is fine. So just make sure with your squats that your shoulders are back and down. So visualize tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high. Then tighten up your abs so that if you imagine that someone is about to punch you in the stomach, you want to be braced for that impact. That's how tight you want your abs to be. And then the next thing you want to think about doing is pushing your booty back as though you were trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. Keeping your chest lifted nice and high while you do that. You want a nice elongated spine, so while I'm thinking about trying to touch the wall behind me with my booty, I'm also thinking about trying to touch the wall in front of me with my chest. And then from this position is where you can sink down into your squat. Then press your heels into the ground to stand. So any squat variation you want to do is fine, just mind your form. Shoulders back and down, chest is high, abs are tight, back is flat, weight is in your heels, and then press the ground to weight to stand, all right? I'm actually not going to have my weight in my heels because I'm going to be doing plie squats. That's these heels elevated squats. So I'm going to be up on the balls of my feet, and they're sumo squats. So for me, I'm going to start with my feet a little bit wider than shoulder width and my toes pointed out slightly at about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to lift my heels and do a calf raise. So I'm going to start up here on the balls of my feet, and from this position, I'm going to sink down into my squat, and then I'm pressing the balls of my feet into the ground to stand, and then place the heels down with control. So do your best to make sure that you're not just kind of falling down, but make sure that from this position, as you place your heels down, you're doing it with control. You always want the movement to be under control as much as possible. All right, so that's my squat variation. Lift the heels up, pressing the balls of the feet into the mat to stand, and then placing the heels down with control. We'll do 3 reps of whatever squat variation you're doing, and then 6 reps of our next exercise. So with each superset, it's like with the ab splitters, we're just doing 1 rep, but remember 1 rep of the ab splitters is like 3 ab exercises in one, so it's kind of the same as doing 3 reps. So think 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, okay? The next couplet, we're doing 3 chest raises and then 6 Santana planks. Here we're doing 3 squats, and then we're doing 6 oblique knee raises. So I'm just lifting 1 leg at a time, and I'm twisting my body thoracically to touch the knee of that leg with the opposite elbow. alternating sides with each rep. So super simple. Just lift the knee, twist your body thoracically, really, really work that twist, feel that oblique, and tap the knee with your opposite elbow, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, and that's it. That is our third and final couplet, or superset, whatever you want to call it. We will do that for 6 minutes, and that's our 18 minutes. Or if you're turning this into a 12-minute workout, you'll do it for 4 minutes, and that will be your 12 minutes. Okay, so you have options. Remember that I always take the time to type out all of the instructions in the description box down below the video, and you're gonna watch me do it right now, so please just watch me do it, read the instructions, but then of course, as always, if there are any questions with the format, how all the exercises fit together, and how you can customize the format to adjust the length of the workout, I'm right here to help. So just ask if you have questions. If you have any questions about the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do them with the correct form, again, I am right here to help. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about the exercises themselves. It's very important that you understand the movement, you understand how to do these exercises with the correct form before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. It's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. I am always here to help facilitate that. So if you need to see beginner modifications, again, just ask and I will do my best to help. And finally, before we get started, I just want to remind you, especially if you are going to be working out along with the video, to please make sure you're going at your own pace and mind your form. Do not sacrifice your form for speed. Hopefully I've covered everything. If you are ready to go ahead and start this workout, go ahead and grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If not, a towel should suffice. Please remember to take a few minutes to make sure that you are good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's get started. All right, my timer is set for one interval of 6 minutes times 3 rounds. That's our 18 minutes. There's no rest interval, so as soon as I start my timer, we are going to immediately start on our first superset. So 1 ab splitter and then 6 glute bridge raises, and we'll just do that as many times as we can during a 6-minute countdown. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So starting with 1 ab splitter. So it's a jackknife, straddle, and now touch the heels. Now 6 glute bridge raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, 6. Another ab splitter. 6 more glute bridge raises. And remember, I'm alternating heels and toes with each rep. That's 4, 5, and 6. We're just gonna keep going back and forth. 1 ab splitter. 6 glute bridge raises. Just doing this until our 6 minutes is up, and then we'll move on to the next couplet. Remember to make sure you're really squeezing those glutes at the top, really controlling the movement on the way down as you do those glute bridge raises. ab splitters are hard. Pike, straddle, heels. So again, each 1 rep of ab splitters is basically like 3 ab exercises. So if the, is that 6? If the ab splitters are too difficult for you, just substitute with 3 reps of any other ab exercise you want. You just do 3 regular sit-ups. Really, any ab exercise you want to do will work. In that case, just make sure you're doing 3 reps. I'm doing 1 rep of ab splitters because that's kind of the same thing as doing 3 reps of abs. I know 6 minutes is a long time to do this. Just do your best. The goal, of course, is to keep moving. There are no rest intervals, so you want to not rest if you can. You want to keep moving through the entire work interval and really through the entire workout, since there are no rest intervals for this entire workout. But obviously, if that's too much for you and you need to rest, you can always pause for a few seconds and rest. Remember, you should always be going at your own pace, working to your own level. So rest if you need to. Rest for as long as you need to. Just challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can. So now turn over onto your belly. We're right into our chest lifts. So 3 chest lifts, 1, 2, 3, and now those elbow Santana planks. So placing one forearm in front of the other, and rotating into the side plank, alternating sides with each rep. So that's 4, 5, and 6. That's 1 set. So we're just gonna keep doing that, going back and forth between these 2 exercises for 6 minutes. So now, another 3 chest lifts. Now alternate. Make sure the opposite arm is in front as you come up into your elbow plank, and rotate into the side plank, alternating sides with each rep. That's 4. We're doing 6 reps. Remember, it's always 3 and then 6. So 3 more chest lifts. And now 6 elbow planks. Make sure with each time you cycle through the superset that you're alternating which arm is in front. Was that 6 or 4? I need to stop talking so I can keep track of my reps. I think I might have done an extra 2 there, I'm not sure. All right, so just keep going. 3 chest lifts. 6 elbow planks. Make sure the other arm is in front this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure in that elbow plank that your abs are nice and tight. Make sure you're lifting your hips high, your back is flat. Don't allow your hips or your belly to drop down towards the mat. Lift those hips high and keep them lifted high. Make sure your abs are nice and tight. 2, 3. Those chest lifts are harder than they look, but I think for me, the hardest part of this couplet, that's 3, 4, 5, is remembering which arm is in front for these elbow planks. Just do your best to alternate if you can. Less than a minute left. Keep pushing. We're almost finished with this couplet. See if we can fit in 2 more rounds. One more. Let's push. 6 more elbow planks. And then we're on to our 3rd and final couplet. If you're doing 3. 5 and 6. Okay, managed to fit in 1 more chest lift. All right, so now our 3rd and final couplet. No rest interval, so get right into it. 3 squats. Whatever squat variation you're doing. I'm doing these plie sumo squats. So I'm starting with my feet wider than shoulder width apart. Doing a calf raise. Keeping my heels elevated as I sink down into that squat. Then pressing the heels, or pressing the balls of my feet into the mat to stand. Then 6 reps of my oblique knee twist. So feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart, Toes are pointed out slightly at about a 45-degree angle. Lift the heels, sink down into the squat. Press the balls of the feet into the mat to stand. Place the heels down with control. Then lift the heels again. Sink down into the squat, keeping those heels elevated. Press the balls of the feet into the mat to stand. Lower the heels with control. Now 6 reps of my oblique knee twist. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So just lifting one knee at a time, twisting my body thoracically to tap that knee with the opposite elbow. Alternating sides for 6 reps total. So you can do a different squat variation if this is too difficult for you, but it's going to be 3 reps of whatever squat variation you choose, and then 6 reps, alternating sides. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of our oblique knee twist. All right, keep going. 3 and 6. Got about 90 seconds left. See if I can do 3 more rounds. My heels. Or not my heels, my ankles and my calves are really starting to fatigue. So the squats are getting a bit harder. I'm gonna try to do 2 more rounds. Again, if you need to pause and rest for a few seconds, you should do that. But we really only have a few seconds left. So if you don't need the rest, and you can manage to keep going with good form, let's push through. Finish up this round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do I have enough time left for one more? Let's go for it. That's our 6 minutes. I came so close to finishing up this round, so I'm just gonna finish it. That's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it took me about an extra 10 seconds or so, 10 or 15 seconds to finish up that final row, but that's it. That's our 15 minutes. Good job. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete when you're ready. Here we go. Final rep of the day. I did not like that burpee at all. It was very sloppy because my ankles and my calves are tired, so I'm gonna do a better one. If you wanna do a bonus burpee with me, let's do one more. If you were happy with your first burpee, you can just watch me and judge me on a scale from 1 to 10. But I wanna do another one because I really didn't care for that first one. It was very sloppy. All right, final rep of the day. Here we go. All right, it was slow, but it was clean. So that's our 18 minutes plus our bonus burpee. The workout is now officially complete, but please make sure that you are taking a good 15 to 20 minutes or more, if you can spare it, to stretch. The best time to get your stretching done is right now because your muscles are nice and warm. As long as you get your stretching done at some point during the day, it's fine, but if you wait until later in the day to do your stretching, your muscles will be cold again. So you're going to have to take a few minutes to warm them up before you begin stretching. You never want to stretch with cold muscles, the same way you never want to jump into a workout with cold muscles. If you think about a piece of spaghetti when it's dry, and think about how if you would try to bend it, it wouldn't bend. It would snap right in half. So now if you take that piece of spaghetti and warm it up in some boiling water until it's nice and pliable, you can bend it and stretch it and do all sorts of things with it and it won't break. So your muscles are kind of the same way. If you jump into the workout before you have taken a few minutes to get your muscles warm, they're going to be stiff. They're not going to be as pliable, and you're going to be increasing your risk of injury. The same thing goes when you do your stretching. If you start stretching with cold muscles, you're going to be much more likely to overstretch or pull something, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. So please don't skip your stretching. If you have time to do it now, this is the best time, but if you don't have any time now, and you do your stretching later in the day, that's great. As long as you get it done, that's great. Just to make sure that if that's the case, you're taking a few minutes to warm your muscles back up again before you jump into your stretching. But that's it. That's the workout. Short and sweet today. I've taken a couple of weeks off from posting workout videos, so I thought that this week I would kind of ease us all back into things. So this week we are doing workouts very similar to this one. They're going to be on the shorter side. They're going to be mostly body weight. I will be using weights a little bit later in the week, but light weights. They're going to be mostly low impact or no impact. This workout was impact free. Body weight, I didn't even wear shoes. We weren't jumping at all. So if you would like to see more of this style of workout moving forward, something that is maybe shorter, less intense, more joint friendly, where we're not jumping up and down or anything, just let me know. I'm happy to start including this style of workout a little bit more often. But next week, I do plan on getting back to the normal style of workouts that I do. So the workouts will be tougher. They'll be longer for the most part. And we will be lifting weights and including plyometrics. So yeah, we'll get back to that soon enough. But for this week, I thought I would just kind of ease us back into things. So I've been liking the change of pace. Hopefully you are enjoying it as well. If you did this workout with me today, thank you very much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the videos, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. You have no idea. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. I'm almost to 500 subscribers. It's not a lot, but it's my first milestone, and I think I only need like another 20 subscribers to get there. So if you enjoy watching the workouts and you find value in the content that I provide, I would very much appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button for me. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format, how everything fits together, and how you can customize the length of the workout. If you have any questions about the exercises that we were doing today, any doubts at all about how to do them with the correct form, or if you need to see beginner modifications, I am right here to help, so please just ask. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, you had me at hot dog flavored ice cream. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says you had me at hot dog flavored ice cream. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.